Hello, fellow freelancers. Today I'm going to address a question by Diego Rubio, and he asks me, "Hey Robert, thank you very much for all these tips. I bought your book has helped me a lot. I have one question: to which company, industry, department should I send my translation services? Human resources, sales, marketing, production, and thank you." So this is actually an interesting question and one which I might have mentioned in passing in other videos, but I've never done a video to address this per se. And that is, who should you send your resume to when you're sending out resumes, when you're sending out these letters of introduction? I've gone through resumes, letters of introduction, your profiles, your list of services, stuff like that. But when you're sending these out, if you're sending out a letter of introduction, an email or a cover letter or a resume, whatever it might be, who do you send it to? Do you send it to the HR department, the sales department, the CEO, the CFO, anyone, info at or whatever, and is there any difference? Well, here's the basic answer. It depends what you're looking for. I know I hate all these depends answers, but first of all, if you're contacting a translation agency and you want to be a translator for this agency, you contact the HR department. That's how it is. For the translation agency, that's what they do. They hire freelancers, and also they have clients. So usually most websites just have a section. They have it right there. It says for freelancers, and you click on that and you can fill out whatever you need to do, or you follow the instructions. They make it very clear. Translation agencies, if you're a freelance translator and you're contacting a translation agency, they usually make it very clear, and it's usually something to do with their HR recruitment department, something like that. So that's fine. But then what about end clients? Who do you contact among end clients? Well, here too it depends, unfortunately. But then, because you need to be more specific, that's the main thing. If you want to be an in-house translator, if you're contacting an end client because you want to work for them as a translator, as an employee, and depending on what the company is, like they might need someone who works as an in-house translator for them, especially big companies. They hire their own in-house translators very often. Then you contact their HR department, because you're being recruited as an employee, and that's how that works. However, if you want to work for an end client, but as a freelance translator, then that might not necessarily be the case. And by the way, I imagine most of you are freelance translators, want to be freelance translators, and I imagine most of you at the beginning will contact agencies, because usually that's what you should do at the beginning. You shouldn't contact end clients right away, because first you need to figure out the ropes of it. I know I've done videos on this, but it's two very different things, working and doing translations for translation agencies and for end clients. But when you contact end clients, eventually you probably want to contact end clients because you can get paid more by them. But you want to be a freelance translator. This is usually not something that the normal recruitment department deals with, because it's not something they really thought of ahead of time. They might have, depending on what their needs are, but it's usually something where you will have to contact whatever department you're working in. And this, unfortunately, again, it depends, but it depends on the company. Say you do marketing and marketing translations. You specialize in marketing translations, let's say. So what do you want to do? You want to contact the marketing or sales department. If you want to offer to translate their website or their brochures or their marketing material or something like that, then you should contact the marketing department. And you should say, hey, I can translate all of these into whatever language in case you're thinking of expanding to that country. I can translate all of these for you. Let me know if this is something you're interested in, and give your list of services, your portfolio, whatever it might be. And but on the other hand, let's say you do legal translations and you'd like to work for a law firm and you're contacting law firms. The marketing department might not be the best thing if you do legal translations. And so there you might want to contact whoever is in charge of, I don't know, international law, or maybe they have a section on trade law and international patents or something like that. And so here you want to contact whoever's in charge of that part. So you can say, hey, I'm a legal translator. I've worked on these translations and this, that, and the other. If you're looking for a good legal translator into this language, then I'm your person. So that's the thing. It really depends on your specialty and because of your specialty, who you'll be contacting. So If you specialize in legal translations and you're contacting a law firm, that's what you do. Now, what if you specialize, say, in marketing, but you're contacting a law firm? Well, there, once again, you might want to contact their sales department because you're contacting them not to do their international law, their legal translations, but to do their marketing translations for their website, for their brochures. I don't know if law firms have brochures, but they have websites. And they do have marketing, obviously. Law firms, need to market like anyone else. So, and yeah, that's basically it, and that's basically what I told Diego as well. That it really kind of depends what approach you're having and who you're contacting at first, i.e., a translation agency or the end client, and also under what guise, if you're going to be an employee for them or a freelance translator, and then finally, what type of specialty you have. And this will dictate if you're contacting their finance department, their legal department, their international trade, whatever consultancy, or their sales department, marketing department, et cetera, et cetera. And so that should help you steer towards who you want to contact and who you want to find. Now, let's say you find a couple people in the marketing department and you're wondering, or in their legal department or whatever it might be, and you're wondering, should I contact someone who I'll probably be working with directly, or should I contact the absolute head of marketing? Should I contact somewhere in between? Who should I be contacting in there? Now, my general rule that I usually follow is I try to contact the highest person up in that department. So if I'm contacting someone in marketing, I won't contact the CEO of the whole company, but I might contact the absolute head of marketing, the CEO of marketing, I guess, or chief marketing officer, CMO, or the head of that marketing department, or the highest person up in marketing that I can find. Why is that? It's always going to be a gamble, but chances are, if this person who's head of marketing likes you, and they tell anyone lower down, oh, we should look into this guy, then your applications can be taken a lot more seriously than if some intern or someone down there kind of likes you and tells their bosses, hey, we should look into this guy. Who knows if they'll actually look into you or not, or what. It really depends on that person you contacted, if they get any respect or not, or whatever the case might be. So I usually just tend to shoot for whatever's highest in whatever field or department that I'm looking at. And the highest I can go, the better. And in general, I feel that's the best shot. It's not always going to be the best shot, but here kind of playing a numbers game anyway. So I tend to choose the highest up in whatever department I'm targeting. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. This is what I've been following. This is the method that I use. And so hopefully you can find it useful as well. Once again, if you are contacting people and you're trying to be a freelance translator, I would start with translation agencies first, and then after a while, target the end clients. I've done a video on this before, but because you need to keep in mind so many things, they don't deal with our industry. They don't even know what source word target words are. They don't know about changes in formatting or this, that, and the other. And so you kind of either need to educate them or just handle it behind the scenes and not let them worry about it, because that'll be your job. But it does take a lot more. It's a bit more complicated and quite a few more steps. So that's why you start with the agency, where you can just concentrate on the translation, get a track record for that, and then target the end clients. And this is the way that I would target the end clients. So yeah, hopefully you found this useful. If you did, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and you'll get more videos about freelance translation and things along those lines. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and once again, if you want to leave a comment, feel free to leave a comment. I do ask that you leave in parentheses what your language combination is right before the comment, just to get an idea of what different languages people are dealing with, and also so you can see who else is commenting and what languages they deal with, and hopefully, start a conversation with them as well, and maybe find some people to help you out along your journey as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye. Savedum.